Welcome to the DAC Podcast. My name is Lydia Miller, and in this podcast, I'm talking through the things that I'm learning in an MBA program and how I'm applying that information to my small business. Thanks for joining me. Now let's get started. Welcome back to the DAC Podcast. I'm thrilled that you're here and that you're wanting to grow your business. And in this episode, we're talking about the 4 P's of marketing and how we can use that information to focus our efforts and to find solutions to problems that we're having in our business. And by breaking down our marketing this way, we can really tackle the problems in smaller pieces and keep from getting overwhelmed. So let's get straight into the content. Now, the 4 P's of marketing are product, price, place, and promotion. And we're going to talk through each of these and kind of give some action steps underneath of them as well. So for the first P of marketing, it's the product. And I want you to think about the products that you're offering. And if you can, if you're not driving or anything like that, I want you to create a list of all the things that you're offering to your clients as a product. And I want you to leave some space to write some notes beside them. And so here are some 4 things that I want you to think through on each product that's in your business. So number 1, and this might sound kind of harsh, but it's something that we do have to think about. Number 1, does our customer want this product? Now, I know that may seem difficult to think through, especially if it's a product that you have spent a lot of time on, or it's a service or a course that you created or something like that. But I want you to think, does your customer want this? And part of that is, are there any sales for this product? Does this solve a problem? Do people have this problem? Or do we have to spend a lot of time educating people on why they have this problem and how this product can solve the issues that they're having? And so I want you to really think objectively about this. And this can be kind of difficult to do. And so if you don't think that you can think objectively, then I want you to talk to your customers. I want you to talk to the people who have purchased from you or someone who is your ideal customer to find out what their problem is and to see if this product is helping them at all, or if there are modifications you can make to make it easier for them to use this product. On Instagram, I like to follow Sarah Blakely, who created Spanx. And the other day she posted on there a video of her writing on a big sticky board, and she put on there to sell the problem. And so what problem does this solve, this product that you're looking at right now? And I mean, even for my business, I have had, things that I've created that I thought would help with the problem or would solve something, and it turned out that it was a dud and it did not actually solve a problem from what it seemed, or that I just wasn't able to find that target audience for it. This doesn't mean that your business is bad. It doesn't mean that you aren't a good business owner. It just means that you have to change a little bit. It just means you have to kind of look at it from a different angle or to find out why it didn't work. It doesn't mean reflect on you, but it does reflect on the actual product that you're selling. Even if it's a service, it doesn't reflect on you. But I want you to think objectively through those things. And so the second thing under product is, does this product offer value? And does the customer get more benefit than the cost? We're going to talk about price in a few minutes, but think about the value that this product offers to your clients. And I want you to really think about how you can convey that message to your clients or I keep saying clients because I have clients, I really don't have customers. So I want you to think through the value to your customers that you have. And number 3, how is this perceived and who are our competitors? So whenever you have a product that's out there, when people see it, do they see something that belongs on the discount shelf, or do they see something that's very high quality? Is it being perceived? And how can you, if you're trying to sell a luxury good, or if you're trying to sell something that's a little bit higher quality, how can you raise that perception on your product? And I want you to look at your competitors and see who they are, where their price points are, what value that they're giving their customers to it. And I don't want you to copy them, but what I want you to do is really evaluate what you're doing and how you can take it from a different angle and put your unique stamp on that. And so that is for your product. Okay, so number 2 of the 4 P's of marketing is the price. And for the price, the first thing I want you to think through is your sales goals. And this goes back to the episode 1 where I talked about SMART goals in your business. And so I want you to think through if you know what price your product should be at and what the margin is on them. And so if you don't know what the margin is, it's your profit margin is basically your revenues minus your expenses to find out what's left over at the end for you to do other things in your business as well, to grow or to put back in your pocket or to reinvest. And you really need to know on each product how much profit you're actually making. And so if you don't think you're making money, this may be why, if you don't know these numbers. And on a side note, you can book a number strategy session with me if you want to dive deeper into this, because each product and each business is so different. I really can't give you an exact answer on this right now, but there is a way to find out. So email me at lydia@dacbalance.com if you're interested in that. And so if you know this information, if you know what your margins are, it may be that you find, oh, I need to raise my prices because I make 50 cents off of this item and I thought I was making more than that. If you have a luxury or a high-end good, you may need to raise your prices to raise that perception on the quality and the value that this is. And price communicates to your customers value, and you get to decide the value that is being given to your clients and to your customers on this. And I want you to now think about the prices of your products and make sure that you've really thought through the time it takes you to make it as you're creating your prices. Think through the time, the raw materials that you use, the overhead, and how many products that you need to sell to meet your revenue goals for the year and for the quarter. I want you to really think through all of that information and make sure that you actually have a number that you know is creating, so that you can look and see maybe you can buy something wholesale, or maybe you can cut down on some overhead if you don't need an office expense. You really have to think through all of those things for the price to make sure that you're giving your customers a good price, but also keeping profit inside of your business, because without that, you can't continue to do business. All right, and so the third thing we're talking about is product price and place. Place is number 3. So I want you to think through where you interact with your customers. And so if this is an online store, how does your website look? If that's basically the only place that your customers can buy things from you, think about how your website looks. Is your customer able to easily purchase what you're selling there? And if you're service-based, is there an easy way for your customer to know how to contact you and what you are selling? Now, this can be really difficult, especially if you're like me. And for my business, which is bookkeeping, I'm really selling my time and expertise. There's not really, there's a price of QuickBooks subscriptions and things like that, but there's really not a price of an actual product that I'm selling to create margin or overhead. It's really just my expertise. And that can be really difficult to sell, especially when you break down the hourly rate for what you could be earning. You might think, oh, I'm not that smart. I really don't need to sell things for that much. And it boils down to fear. And a lot of fear is behind this, especially if you're just starting out in your business. And the best way that I have found to tackle fear in general is just to tackle it head on. And I found that most of the problems really aren't that bad. So if there's a problem with someone's bookkeeping and I don't know how to solve it, if I just tackle it straight on and just study and learn and go through the problem and really get into the file and see what's really going on there, and to create my questions and then to go research those, I normally find that I can handle that pretty well. You can probably find that as well, is that, even if you're having a problem, if you just actually tackle it and don't just sit and think about it for a long time and just psych yourself out and, go through all of the worst case scenarios, which that might be a good exercise to do as well. So go through all the what ifs, what could happen if everything went wrong. But for the most part, those aren't going to happen. And for the most part, you really just need to tackle the problem, and you need to find out what's really the cause of it and how you can solve it, instead of just sitting in your fear and not doing anything about it. And so, I don't know, get onto this for place. Okay, so basically, it goes back to how your customers can find you and how they can contact you. Is there a place on your website for them to contact you? If you're a brick and mortar store, do people know where you're at? Is your business easily found? Is really what this is coming to. And where are your customers? So where are you interacting with them? Are your customers on Instagram or on Facebook or on Twitter or Periscope? Are they living online? Or is your business, local? Or do you even need to be on social media? Or do you need to be at networking events around town? And so I want you to think of the other ways that customers can get to your products. So maybe you have to offer a digital download. Maybe that's something that your customers will be interested in, or maybe a podcast like this, or maybe you offer your products on different websites. Maybe you start an affiliate program with other people who can promote your product on their website, because that's also where your target clients would be. And so I want you to think through the delivery process as well when you're thinking about place. And so if it's an online delivery, I want you to think how you can improve that and put your branding and wording on each step of the process. And if you're shipping products, how can you give your customer some joy as they open up the packaging, as they're looking at the product that they received from you? And so the fourth P of marketing is the promotion. And so how are we going to tell people about these products? Because we want them to know about it. Now, this could be an entire podcast on promoting your products and different strategies that you can use. But today, I just want you to think about how you're promoting your products right now. And I want you to list all the ways that you're promoting your products. And it might actually be shorter than you think it is. Or it may be that they're all over the place. And I really want you to think through each step, and are each of those ways working right now? And this is another place that I really want you to be honest with yourself here. And if you're doing something and you're putting a lot of time into it, but it's creating no results for your business, really no sales for your business, then it might be time to find a different way to get the message out. And by results, I don't just mean you have a lot of likes on Instagram or you have a lot of followers, because if you have a lot of followers but no sales, then that doesn't help your business at all. But if you have fewer but you have better results for that, then that would be something that's working. So I want you to think it in terms of revenue. If you're doing an Instagram account and your goal for that maybe is to not create any revenue, but to offer encouragement or other things like that, it may be that it is working. But it may also be that you don't focus on social media for your marketing, and you need to start focusing on your local network and your current clients. And this was something that I've had to focus on in my business recently. It's been kind of difficult to think through, but I've been blogging and doing some social media for DAC for a while now, and I've yet to have a new client strictly from those efforts. I haven't had any people contact me from the blog or from Instagram to do their books. And after all, a bookkeeper is someone that you really have to trust, and it's hard to build that trust online. And so what I found is that I have to network and talk to people in person, because I really do want to keep my clients local for bookkeeping after all. And so it's a lot harder for me to do that, to do the in-person networking, talking with people and things like that. But that's what works for my business. And put the blinders on and really not look at other people's businesses for what they're doing, because you also don't know if it's working for other people's businesses. And so what I really want you to do is just think through what actually works for your business and to do more of that, and instead of trying all these other things that may not be working at all, and it might just be sucking your time away from you. And so I want you to think through the clients or sales that you have and to see how you get there and how you can do more of that. All right, so again, it's people, products, price, and promotions. And so I want you to really think through those things and see how you can improve for your business and how you can move forward. So your action steps this week are to do just this. I want you to think through your products, price, place, and promotion of your business, and really be honest with yourself. And are you doing what's best for your business in each category? And if you want to dive deeper into your business with me, I would love to do a strategy session with you. And I've mentioned this a few times, but I kind of want to break it down so that you know exactly what this means. So a strategy session is a 45-minute call on Zoom that will be recorded for you to play back later with all the content in there for you. And so after the call, neither of us are required to do anything. And before the call, I'll send you a questionnaire so that I can get to know you and your business a little bit. And my strength really is in bookkeeping and numbers. So any information that you feel comfortable sharing will be really helpful for us to look at your business and to look at your margins and to find out what you're doing well and things that you can improve on. And so I also want you to think of a few questions of where you're stuck on something, and we'll talk through a solution for those things. And at the end, I'll give you action steps to take, and hopefully that will help you grow your business. And there really is something special about talking with like-minded women about something you're passionate about, like your business. And I would love to chat with you. And so I'm just starting to offer this, and I'm offering a few free calls, and I won't be offering these forever. And once I kind of get the beta test down and really get the process down for all of this, I'm going to be offering these at least $300 for each of them. So if you're interested, I would definitely say do it now. And in exchange, I would just ask at the end, I'll send you another survey to find out how I can do this better and things that can be improved upon. And so if you're interested, feel free to email me at lydia@dacbalance.com, and I'll be in touch, and I'll link that to you for you in the show notes, or you can go to my website, lydiagmiller.com, and you can find more information there. And also, if you know of a woman who would benefit from this, then please send this information to her, and I'll link all of that in the show notes so that she can read about it there. So thank you so much for listening, and if you would, please subscribe on iTunes and leave a review, because that would mean so much, and I will talk to you next week. Thanks.